Greetings and welcome to Nathan Nile Official. If you've never seen my face in a video before, my name is Nathan Nile. This is my personal channel where I do vlogs, reviews, and anything else that happens to catch my fancy. And this is a Naked Truth response to the Naked Truth series on Trisha Hershberger's channel. If you haven't seen her, check her out. Though I'm guessing the majority of people watching this video probably came over from her. So, yeah, the video she did this week is about, like, I don't know what we do when things get rough and like how we get through it or how we handle it or something. To be honest, I wasn't really sure what you were asking at first, so I wasn't sure what kind of video to make, and I'm watching all these other people do it, and I'm one of the last people to give advice on this because uh, I'm kind of going through it myself, but I guess that also kind of makes me one of the best people to give advice on it because I go through this often. Like, I suffer from depression, and throughout at many points in my life, and especially this past month, and especially these last 2 weeks, they were really horrible, and I was feeling incredibly suicidal, and it's difficult. And so the biggest pointers I can give are just, number one, it things are going to get rough. You know, people always try to tell you, oh, it gets better. But no, life never actually gets any easier. It's just that the older you get, the more that you experience, the more you learn how to handle things. That's something that I've noticed. With humans, we're very good at adapting. You get to a certain age where you've seen so many situations, you've had so many things happen that you just kind of it almost becomes instinctual. You see a problem, you handle it. It takes going through trouble to learn how to be strong enough to handle trouble. And the first time something happens, it always feels like the end of the world. But then 20 years later, something else that even bigger than that happens, and you're just like, oh, brush it off. It's just an annoying little fly buzzing around. Who cares? You know. And that's just something that happens. And now I remember when I started this new job that I'm at now. I've been there a year and a half, but the first few weeks I was there, I was constantly worried I'd be fired because it felt like I could do nothing right. I was always late and I never did it well enough, and yet somehow they believed in me, and then I just kept working on it, and now later on, I consider myself to be I don't even know if I'm the hardest working person there, but I'm the smartest one there. I've been there long enough. I know what I'm doing. I've got a system down, and I'm constantly covering everyone else's asses, and I 100% believe that if I left, that place would shut down in a month. Because I don't think people know half the stuff that I do behind the scenes just to keep them on top of their game. I've been there so long that I learned their jobs as well as I know my own. And that's just life in general. I'm not bragging about just me. I'm saying that that's something that all humans are capable of. That's something that in life the more you learn, the more you struggle, the more you grow. So just keep struggling and you'll continue to grow. And there will always be hard times, but they don't feel as hard later down in life. You learn how to deal with it. Like, I'm still learning how to deal with it myself, and I still have hard times, and sometimes it can be overwhelming. Like I said, it started to really get too much. Work has just been... we're getting slammed regularly. Just fucking busiest time of the year for us, and it's just been hell. A lot of really long days where I don't have a second to stop and breathe. And it's just... Then, on top of that, my grandmother had back surgery last month, and she's been recovering from that, and so now I'm having to spend days off helping her out because, other than just standing up is a chore for her, and it hurts like hell, so she hasn't been able to do things, so I'm spending all my free time over there cooking and cleaning, and I don't have any free time to do any of this fun stuff that I like because as soon as I get home, I just pass out because I'm so tired. And then, there was a falling out with my best friend, and that just compiled onto everything. And now, it's finally getting to the point, like, I can breathe again, because It was just pure hell for like the past 2 weeks. Just not a single moment to myself. Because on top of work, not only are we super busy, but this is, of course, everything decides to break. We have sinks breaking. We have fridges breaking. Everything just gets fucked up all at once. And it just slows everything down. And then at home, at home, I've got things breaking. I've had 2 power outages, broken window, broken toilets, all within the past 2 weeks. It's been hell. It's really been hell. But there's one thing that I always remember to get me through it, which is something that I saw on a motivational poster. Like, I can't repeat it verbatim, but I'm gonna give you just the Nathan Lyle version of it. Well, basically, it was a poster, like I said, it wasn't all of these words together. It was these words plus a conversation and whatnot. And what it says is that, well, basically, you can drown in a puddle as easily as you can drown in an ocean, because you don't drown by falling in the water. You drown by not getting yourself up, which also kind of ties in with another quote, which is that, the only way to lose is to not try. As long as you give it your all, no matter what the outcome, no matter whether or not you succeed, you're not a failure. And I know that can be hard to believe at times, and it's such a bullshit line that it's hard for some people to take seriously. But just don't give up. Just find something worth fighting for, and just remember that you have a reason to wake up in the morning, and a reason to keep fighting and keep trying harder. Life's not always going to be the way you want it to be, but if you really want to change your life, all you can do is go out and change it. You can't just sit around waiting for someone else to make a life better for you. If you really don't like where you're at, you gotta do something about it. And it's not always the easiest thing in the world to do, but all you can do is either complain about it while you wallow in misery, or you can just keep trying your best and hope that it works out somehow. Those are really your only 2 options: either try or don't. But as long as you're trying, you're growing. Also, big girls do cry. No matter what anyone else tells you, Trisha, big girls do cry. And that goes for all my other vloggers out there and all the other just straight up watchers out there. Everybody out there in the world. Big boys do cry. Big girls do cry. You're allowed to cry. Everyone's allowed to cry. In fact, it's healthy to cry. Get that shit out. Now, I've had quite a few good cries in recent months, weeks, days. Just a lot of cries. Sometimes you just need to get it out. Allow yourself to feel that pain. Because if you don't allow yourself to feel it and experience, then you can't really get over it. You're just constantly carrying it around. And the next thing you know, you're just in the middle of work, suddenly tears are coming down your face, and everyone's wondering what's wrong with you, and you're just like, the stapler is out of staples. I wanted someone refilled it. What is wrong with you people? You think I'm joking, but no, seriously, that happens to people. Let it out. Find a good time to let it out. Otherwise, it's going to come out at the worst possible time. Trust me on that. And also, one thing that I found helps is music. Whether it's to let yourself cry, there's a lot of good sad songs that you can listen to make yourself even sadder. Allow yourself to feel the peak of your sadness, so that every day after that, it all feels just a little bit lighter. And also some other songs. Like, I've got a playlist. I'm just gonna write a bunch of things down there, just the names of songs and artists that I listen to when I need like a pick-me-up. Those, hey, it'll get better someday eventually songs that I generally listen to at times like that I've been listening to more often this week. I also forgot the in and out of sickness kind of thing. It's been struggling on top of all the other stuff, migraines that I've had to deal with, fighting diseases. There was one vomit incident. You don't need to know the details. Basically, sometimes everybody goes through hell at least a few times in your life, and if you don't, well, you're 10. So, yeah. All I can say is just keep fighting and good luck. And until the next time you see my face in a video, which I have no idea when that'll be. My name is Nathan Nile. This has been Nathan Nile Official. Have a good day. I spent the entire day stuffing myself with $40 worth of pizza and doing nothing but watch TV. Today was the best day I've had in 2 fucking months.